We begin week 19 of our journey through the Bible. It is day 91, and we are going to be looking at three historical books that talk about the experience of the people of Judah after they were taken into captivity. Today we want to get an overview of the events of this time that will help you understand these writings in your Bible. We need to understand the world powers that God used and permitted to capture his chosen people. The first of these world powers was Assyria. You notice the map. It shows you where the nation was located. It is the land today known as Iraq, and most of us are familiar with that place. It had existed for 2,500 years by the time it came to be involved in Israel's life. 2,500 years. The first mention of Assyria in the Bible is found in Genesis chapter 10, verse 11, where we were told that Nimrod developed it and built Nineveh as well as other cities. The nation was feared because they tortured their victims, literally skinning them alive. In 2 Kings 15, we're told that Pul, king of the Assyrian nation, was used by God to punish Israel for their wickedness. Menahem gave him 1,000 talents of silver to gain his support and strengthen his own hold on the kingdom. At that time, every wealthy man had to contribute 50 shekels of silver to be given to Pul as a bribe to get him out of the land. The Syrians were known for their fierceness, torturing, skinning prisoners alive, and it was because of their total lack of compassion, they were greatly feared by all. In the time of Pekah, king of Israel, Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, came and took Gilead and Galilee, including all the land of Naphtali, and deported the people to Assyria. Later, King Ahaz sent messengers to say to him, "I'm your servant and vassal. Come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Aram and of the king of Israel who are attacking me." Ahaz took silver and gold found in the temple of the Lord and in the treasuries of the royal palace and sent it as a gift to the king of Assyria. The king of Assyria complied by attacking Damascus and capturing it. And then in the 9th year of Hoshea, Assyria captured Samaria, that is the northern kingdom, and deported the Israelites. They were settled along the Habor River in the town of the Medes. As was the custom of this nation, the king moved people from Babylon and other towns and settled them into the northern kingdom, into Samaria, to replace the Israelites. Now, a second great world power, sometimes called the Chaldeans, emerged and replaced Assyria as the greatest power of the region. This group came out of the area that we also are familiar with, from the area that we now call Kuwait, and the part of Iraq that also joins with it. Its capital city was Babylon, and is still known as one of the 8 wonders of the world. That's why often we refer to the Chaldeans as Babylonians, because of the majesty of their capital city. There are some notes below this video that will give you some more explanation about this empire and its beginnings at the Tower of Babel. For over 200 years, Babylon and Assyria struggled for supremacy. Babylon finally took control of the region after Israel was captured by Assyria. So it was that the southern kingdom, Judah, was taken captive by the Chaldeans, or as we often say, the Babylonians. And then the final empire is the Persian Empire, which would defeat the Babylonians. Thus, the area we know as Iran today became this great world power. Now, the Persians were humane people. They sympathized with the plight of the Jews who had been removed from Jerusalem and Judah, and they ended up repatriating this displaced people. For 200 years, Judah was a small province of Persia. This brings us to the books that we're going to study this week. King Cyrus was the man who gave the decree for Judah's citizens to return to the land. Ezra and Nehemiah were a part of those first immigrants to return. Let's finish by reading just the beginning passage of Ezra, chapter 1, the first 4 verses, to give us some background for our study. In the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, so that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and also put it in writing. Thus says Cyrus, king of Persia, "The Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has charged me to build for him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Whoever is among you of all his people, may his God be with him, And let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and rebuild the house of the Lord, the God of Israel. He is the God who is in Jerusalem. And let each survivor, in whatever place he sojourns, be assisted by the men of his place with silver and gold, with goods and with beasts, besides freewill offerings for the house of God that is in Jerusalem.